I'm Teacher Kelly. We are going to talk about how a bill becomes a law. This involves the legislative branch and the executive branch as well. So let me just say before I get into it that it is a complicated process. And our founding fathers wanted it to be that way. They didn't want us to just pass bills willy-nilly for any old little thing. So it was meant to be a complicated process. It was meant to be a process where people discuss, debate, and really think about, with a lot of people and a lot of hands looking at it, a bill becoming a law. We are still talking about the legislative branch. Who can suggest a law? Basically anybody. Individuals, you, me, interest groups, lobbyists, the president, Congress. So we have committees and subcommittees. The House and Senate committees consider bills and issues and oversee agencies, programs, and activities within their jurisdictions. They also have many, many hearings. Okay, so you can debate in the House, and there are speaking time limits. So it goes very fast. Again, with 435 people, we need limits on how long they can speak. Then the debate goes to the Senate with only 100 people. No speaking limits. It goes very slow. We have the filibuster that can happen in the Senate. No speaking limits in the Senate. That's where someone continues talking nonstop in order to stop a bill. Strom Thurmond was the longest filibuster in history. It began at 8:54 p.m. and lasted till 9:12 p.m. the following day for a total length of 24 hours and 18 minutes. This made the filibuster the longest single-person filibuster in U.S. history, a record that still stands today. He tried to eliminate the Civil Rights Act, but did not succeed. He filibusters where Republicans take turns talking, Democrats take turns talking, but he was one person that did all of that. Do you think you could speak for that long? To stop the filibuster, you need a 2/3 vote to stop it. 60 votes are required. There is a lot of talk about ending the filibuster in the Senate. I will leave some articles about that. To revise a bill, we have amendments, changes or additions, in other words, revisions, more debates. Vote. So it must pass both chambers of Congress. Congress is the House and Senate, so it must pass both to become a law. The president can sign it or veto. Signing says yes, vetoing says no. What if the president doesn't sign it? A bill becomes a law if not signed within 10 days and Congress is in session. If Congress adjourns before the 10 days and the president has not signed the bill, then it does not become law. It's called a pocket veto. He just doesn't sign it. And this first one, you're asking, why would he just not sign it? Maybe he was on vacation. Could be a number of reasons. And that can be like a strategy that they use. Like they know he's on vacation, so they try to send it to the president's desks, knowing that. After a veto, okay, so if the president vetoes, it goes back to the House and Senate. Must have a 2/3 vote in both chambers to override a veto. 2/3 in both. So that's a lot. It doesn't happen very often, but just know that it can. Summary. First, we have an idea. Then a congressman from the House or the Senate drafts the bill. You have committees, subcommittees, hearings, debates, and a vote. So a lot goes into it before we even get to the voting part. So then, whichever one it starts in, it can start in either the House or the Senate. It goes to the other one. So let's say it passes the House, then it goes to the Senate. Or if it passes the Senate, then it goes to the House. And we repeat step 3. So then we go back to committees, subcommittees, hearings, debate, and vote. If it passes both chambers, then it goes to the president and he or she can sign or veto. So if he vetoes, the bill goes back to Congress, who can override the veto with a 2/3 vote.